Before we dive in, if you enjoy stories that cut deep and make you question love, hit that subscribe button and share your thoughts in the comments. I want to hear your take on this one. I never imagined a simple text could unravel everything I thought I knew about my life. It started innocently, or at least I convinced myself it did. I was scrolling through my phone one quiet Sunday evening when, almost on autopilot, I typed, "Miss you." The recipient? My ex. A ghost from a past I thought I had buried. I stared at the message for a long moment before hitting send, my thumb trembling. I told myself it was harmless. Nostalgia, curiosity, maybe even a little longing, but nothing more. And then came the silence. Not the silence of a busy phone, or a friend caught up in life. No, this silence was different. My husband didn't notice, or he pretended not to. At first, I thought he was just absorbing work in the daily grind, but days passed. His usual playful text stopped, the good morning messages disappeared, and dinner conversations grew painfully short. I began questioning myself first. Was I imagining things? Am I being paranoid? Maybe he was just stressed. That's what I told myself. Yet every time my phone vibrated with a message, I caught myself holding my breath, hoping it wasn't him finding out. One evening, I came home to find his jacket missing from the usual hook by the door. He said he had a late meeting. But the next day, I noticed something I shouldn't have. My phone left unlocked, glowing with a new message notification. "We need to talk. Now." It wasn't from my ex. It was from him. My stomach dropped. My hands shook as I opened the message. It was short, almost cruel in its brevity. "We'll talk when you get home." The ride home felt like an eternity. Every red light, every honk, every distant laugh in the streets outside felt amplified, as if the world was holding its breath with me. When I walked through the door, he was there, sitting at the edge of the sofa, his hands clasped tightly together, his jaw tense. "I saw your text," he said quietly. Not angry, not yelling, just cold, empty. My heart sank, guilt clawing at me. But before I could explain, he continued. "You didn't just text your ex. You wanted me to see it. Didn't you?" I froze. The truth was messy, tangled in a web of emotions I couldn't even name. I hadn't wanted him to see it. I hadn't thought of that. But suddenly, in his silence, in his calm, there was an accusation far sharper than any shouting could have delivered. In the days that followed, the cracks in our marriage became impossible to ignore. I noticed the little things I had overlooked before. His sighs when I passed the bedroom, the way he avoided looking at me during dinner, his phone always face down. And then one night, curiosity, or maybe desperation, drove me to peek. Messages, hundreds of them, hidden conversations, screenshots, and calls with her. Not my ex, but another woman, someone he had been seeing behind my back, while I was drowning in guilt over a single text. I didn't scream. I didn't cry. I sat there in stunned silence, the phone trembling in my hand, the room spinning around me. The betrayal wasn't cinematic. It wasn't a dramatic confrontation. It was quiet, intimate, and devastating. When he came home that night, I confronted him, not with rage, but with the hollow weight of truth. "I know," he admitted, almost immediately. No lies, no excuses at first. Just the quiet acknowledgement of everything. And then, slowly, the reasons poured out. Loneliness, neglect, unmet needs, and our own failures. The little cracks we ignored, the arguments we swept under the rug. The way we stopped really seeing each other. None of it excused the betrayal, but it humanized it. We didn't fix things that night. We didn't pretend everything was okay. But for the first time in weeks, I felt something real again. Clarity. Painful, yes, but also liberating. I realized then that my text, my guilt, my longing for the past, it wasn't the reason he strayed. It was just a spark in a house already weakened by silence. And in that moment, I made a choice. Not for him, not for us, but for me. I left, quietly, with my dignity intact, taking the lessons with me, leaving the broken pieces behind. The echoes of our shared laughter, our whispered dreams, our tender moments, they still stung. But they didn't define me. I could rebuild, slowly, carefully, in a way that honored myself. Even now, I catch myself staring at my phone, imagining the messages I'll never send, the words I'll never receive. But there's strength in silence, in knowing that betrayal doesn't have to break you. It can remind you what you're worth. So, to anyone watching, thinking about sending that one text, wondering if it's harmless, be careful. Sometimes the smallest words can uncover the biggest truths. And sometimes silence, like his silence, can speak louder than anything else. If this story hit close to home or made you think, share your thoughts in the comments below. I'd love to hear your perspective. And don't forget to subscribe for more stories that cut deep and stay with you long after the video ends.